Hello. So today's a day I am very excited to announce, but that my book, The Courage to Be You, The Key to Unlock Your Resilience and Confidence as a Leader, the priority list is now open. It's launching on the 17th of February on Amazon. And I'm all about helping you show up with impact, influence, power, and passion. The book is full of tools and techniques I've learned through my 25 years in the military, leading teams globally, plus coaching, plus training, plus supporting hundreds of executives and their teams. And so it's a fact-finding book full of stories, full of tips that actually I hope will really help you. But today I want to talk about why I use the title. The title, The Courage to Be You. This is because we all have the courage within us that we need, but we have stuff that blocks us. We put on that mask, we put on that body armor that stops us being the awesome person that we are inside. So courage to me is when there's no guarantee of the outcome. That's why it feels a bit scary. Courage doesn't have to be going to Afghanistan, seeing, running into burning buildings. Yes, that takes a huge amount of courage, but actually does it take courage at that moment? Because at that moment, the absolute will is to make a difference by doing something to saving someone's life. So while it's the guarantee, you don't have guarantee of the outcome, that could be something as saying to someone, how are you? How are you today, when you don't know what the answer is going to be? That can take some courage. But courage is interesting because when I was in Afghanistan, I saw the most extraordinary courage. And if you ask anyone that's done anything that we would see as courage, they just say, I did what I needed to do. They don't see it. They don't have that moment generally, oh my goodness. It's like, right, I just got to do this. There was in the news this week about an extraordinary 13-year-old boy in Australia who swam 2 kilometers because his family were on a raft. They'd been paddleboarding and got stuck out in the current. And if they didn't get any help, they would be drowning. And he had the courage to go off and swim to get for help. So that's why he's been on world news all around the world for his courage. But at that moment, I guarantee I heard him being interviewed. He wasn't saying, yes, I'm so crazy, I'm so amazing. It was like, I just knew I had to do it. I just kept swimming and swimming and swimming, thinking, I've got to save my family. I've got to save my family. And that was the driver that got him to the other end, to the shore, to call for help and save his family. So I'm passionate for you because I know you've got everything inside you, no matter what. You might have all this armor going on, wanting to please others, wanting to be liked. I've been there. I've done it. I know what that feels like, that perfectionism, that people pleaser, that imposter on your shoulder saying, am I up to this? All this stuff, all these stories that we have in our heads. So I'm showing lots of tips to get rid of that so you can own who you are, because I've been on this journey. I know what that's like. I know what it feels like to not want to speak up in the boardroom. I know what it feels like when you spent ages preparing your days and days, preparing what you're going to say. And then the meeting comes, you freeze and bubble it up. But then one day I stood up in the boardroom and I said, enough is enough. This toxicity has got to stop. In that moment, I found my voice. It changed everything for me, which is why I'm so passionate to help you find your voice. So that's a little tip. I'll put the priority list in the link below. And the priority list, if you put your name on the priority list, you'll get notification when it goes live on Amazon on the 17th of Feb. Got some great offers as part of the priority list. The book will be over half price. You get the free Kindle version and you get a webinar with me a week later to talk about the book and explain the tips that are the great sort of highlights of the book, tips you can put in place straight away, and to ask any questions. So looking forward to sharing more over the next week about the tips that are in the book, and also here to support you in any way. So take care, have a great weekend, and look after yourself. Bye.